Yeah, hi everybody. It's Wednesday afternoon. It's the 23rd of September 2009, and I just wanted to welcome everybody to another little snip. And I just want to say a couple of things before I start. I just wanted to say that I do appreciate everybody making their comments and ticking the little box for the subscriptions and all that. This is just a big international forum, YouTube. For people to put forward their views and they articulate what they feel, and that's really all it is. I don't want to. I just wanted to say that. And just the final thing that I want to say in that regard is, we've mentioned before. Listen, I'm not here to sell anything. Listen, I'm not selling something. I'm not selling books or CDs or anything like that. And the other thing is, I'm not trying to tell people how they should think or how they should behave or whatever. I'm just proffering my opinion. I'm not a member of any political party. I've no axe to grind or anything like that, So the only purpose behind me doing this is I believe that it's worthwhile, and the main reason behind it is, if I can only just get one person who, before they saw these little clips, didn't think for themselves, I can just get one person to think for themselves, then it will happen all worthwhile. That's all. I don't want that to sound condescending, but that's really what it's about. It's trying to get people to think for themselves and not to accept the media, because this is a war for people's minds that's going on. This is as legitimate a war as was conducted by Adolf Hitler and Joseph Goebbels in the 30s in Germany. It's just the same. It's exactly the same. They want your mind before they want your body. They're not interested in your body, they want your mind. And that's all. The next thing, before I just like to go into the LISBON thing, and what I'd like to just basically say is, don't want people looking at the last two snips to get some sort of idea that I'm some sort of a racist or that I don't like Germans or whatever. It's nothing to do with that. The average German people, I would say, are fine people. They're working class people like everybody, and through like working class people all throughout this globe. They struggle, they get up every day and they go to bed at night, and in the interim they sell their labour to make a few pounds and survive. I'm not talking about those sort of people. I'm talking about the elite within society, within the German society, within the big power blocks within Europe. And I'd like to just deal very, very quickly with a couple of things. There are, when we are going to vote on this LISBON, the Constitution, I call it, which is the Federal Constitution, the European Federal Constitution, on Friday week, October the 2nd. After it's enacted, which I believe it will be, I think it'll be passed. I think they've terrified enough Irish people at the minute. The whole thing is just terrifying, and the big guns have all come out, and there will be 750 MEPs in the whole of Europe, in the European Parliament, and we will elect 12 of them. Okay, Ireland elects 12 of them. Now, to put that into perspective, I just want you to think of the 5 most powerful countries that make up the power blocks of Europe. Now, I haven't chosen these at random. I've chosen these based on their MEPs, the number of members of the European Parliament that they elect. And the way it goes down is Germany, Spain, Italy, Britain and France. Okay, and they're not in any particular order. They're a bit jumbled up. It's just for a little argument that I'm going to put forward. The way it works out is, the number of MEPs from Germany is 99, the number of MEPs from Spain is 50, the number of MEPs from Italy is 72, from Britain 72, and from France 72. So that's 365 MEPs out of the total of 750 would be from those 5 countries. Now, those 5 countries as well, if you add up their populations, 83 million for Germany, 46 million for Spain, 60 million for Italy, 61 million for Britain, and 65 for France, it gives you 315 million out of a total population of 495. So that's about just less than 60%. Alright, so here we are, little Ireland, with just over 4 million people, less than 1%. Okay, now, the thing that's interesting about these 5 countries, by the way, And the main reason I drew these out was because all of these countries have a massive imperialist past. All of these countries dominated both culturally, socially, politically and militarily other countries throughout the world. Okay, all of them, right? And the reason this is very, very important is because when you do that, even though you mightn't enter into it actively, the notion, the whole social and economic notion of you being better than the people that you dominate, and that somehow or other they are in your thrall, as it were, that permeates the societies, that permeates Germany, Spain, Italy, Britain and France. And even today we can see that in all these countries. It's, you know, very, very clearly manifested in the way that they have football hooliganism in Britain. It's on a massive scale. This sort of almost like a neo-fascist culture. And we must remember the top three of these countries, Germany, Spain and Italy, were major fascist countries until quite recently. Only 2 generations back, these countries were, and Spain only ceased to be a fascist country with the death of Franco in 1974-75. So, and with Spain, Italy and Britain, they were also monarchist countries. So all of these interplays come into how would you say it? They permeate their thinking. It's like a subconscious permeation of their thought, and it's their attitude towards a little neutral country like Ireland, which has basically never been an imperialist power. It's a weak little fragile open country which has a completely different mindset to them. Like, we welcome everybody into our country. Everybody finds us so friendly. You could not say that about Germany. You could not say that about parts of Britain. You could not say that about Spain. You know, we have this uniqueness, and all I'm just putting forward is these countries have a commonality which is based on, as I said before, cultural, economic, military and exploitation of other nations. We've never entered into that, and thank goodness. And but it does set us aside, and I think that we just have to be aware of that. We just have to be aware of that in our dealings with these other people, and we just see the power block, the way that it'll manoeuvre, because I can assure you, whatever votes go down in that parliament will be in their interests and not in the interests of small countries. As I said in the previous couple of snips, we've given away our seas. We don't control our seas anymore. We've absolutely no control of it. What's in the seas, what's under the seas, and now we're doing effectively the same thing with a common agricultural policy, and it'll be our land itself. And anyway, that's really all I wanted to say. I just wanted people to be aware of it. On Friday week, we'll be asked to vote on it, and that'll be down to the people to vote one way or the other. The other thing, the final thing I want to say is, I'm going to put the little snip up and you can have a look at it. The Zoe development saga runs on, but it looks like it's sorted at the moment. And how they've done it is, as I knew they would, I said it several times, there'll be no threat to NAMA with this. It's the actual hearing has been put off until October the 2nd. This is from the Irish Independent, the court correspondent, a lady called Dervla MacDonald, and what's going to happen is as I say, it's been put off until October the 2nd, and if there is an appeal to be launched, it will not be held until November. So the NAMA project is sacrosanct. The NAMA project is well safe. The NAMA project will be rubber stamped in law. The banks will have their money, and the property speculators will be off the hook. We'll talk later. Thank you very much.